Hello and welcome back to another episode of Clarissa Cooks It All, and today we're going to be making a chocolate strawberry swirl cheesecake. Let's get started. So you're going to start off by prepping your strawberries for your sauce. Once your strawberries are ready, it's time to put them into a saucepan and go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of vanilla and a tablespoon of honey and get it all blended in. Allow this to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then after you've let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to go ahead and make your cornstarch slurry out of 1 teaspoon of cornstarch and about a tablespoon and a half of water, and add that in there and give it a good mix and let that cook for a couple more minutes. Now you can go ahead and remove it from the heat, and you're going to want to take this and put this into another container and put it into another bowl and put this into the fridge and allow this to cool. Now it's time to start preparing our crust. So instead of using graham crackers, I went ahead and used some hard chocolate chip cookies. And I'm going to take these in my food processor and break these all down. You're going to want about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of your ground up cookies, your cookie crumbs. And then you're going to go ahead and add 4 tablespoons of butter to this and a tablespoon of brown sugar. Now it's time to start prepping our springform pan for our crust. We're going to put a piece of parchment paper underneath before we close it up, and then cut off the edges. I recommend cutting. I've tried to tear mine off before and ended up pulling the parchment out. Once you have that done, go ahead and start pressing your your cookie crust into your pan. And then you're going to take this at 350 degrees and bake it for about 10 minutes. And then you want to take it out and cool it completely before adding in your cheesecake mix. Now we're going to need to take 36 ounces or 4 of the 8-ounce things of cream cheese and soften them to room temperature. Once they're softened, you want to go ahead with a mixer and get it all smoothed out before adding in your sugar. And then you're going to add in 1 cup of sugar and mix that all up. Now it's time to add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 2/3 cup of sour cream. And then mix this up as well. Now it's time to start mixing in your 4 eggs. These also need to have been set at room temperature as well. And you're going to add in each one at a time and fully incorporate them before adding in the next. Now we're going to take about 2 cups of our cheesecake mixture and we're going to put it into another bowl and add in a tablespoon of cocoa powder. Alright, our crust has cooled and our cheesecake mixture is ready. It's time to wrap our pan in foil. I put 1 piece on the bottom and then I go around the sides. I take 1 big piece and fold it in half and wrap it around both halves of it. And then we're going to go ahead and stick this into another pan that we can fill up halfway with water. We're going to do this after adding in our mixture. You can go ahead and start pouring in your cheesecake mixture. Put all of your plain cheesecake in there, and then start adding the chocolate onto the top. And then you're going to take a knife and swirl this all around. And then once you're done, I wasn't thinking about it. I shouldn't have put this in here yet because you're also going to want to tap this on your counter a couple times just to even out your cheesecake. Once you've got that chocolate all swirled in there, it's time to start adding a little bit of our strawberry sauce onto the top. I just kind of randomly put it throughout, and then you're going to take a knife again and go ahead and swirl this. After doing this is when you're going to want to tap this on the counter a couple times to even out your mixture. Now we're going to go ahead and add some water into here, and we're only going to fill this up about halfway up our pan. I was having a hard time telling on mine because that silver pan, it was hard for me to tell, but you want to do about halfway. And then go ahead and throw it in the oven at 325 degrees, and you're going to want to cook this for about an hour, hour and a half. Check it after an hour. The top of it should remind you, it should jiggle kind of like a jello. Allow the cheesecake to cool for about 10 minutes once you take it out of the oven. And then you're going to go ahead with a butter knife around the edges and just break away the cheesecake from the outside. And then slowly and carefully unlock your pan and go ahead and pull the ring off. Now you still have plenty of your strawberry sauce, so when it comes for serving, you go ahead and just drizzle some on each piece and enjoy.